our main event of the evening for the Bellator lightweight world title. 155 pounds, Benson Henderson, the challenger, versus the champion, Iron Michael Chandler. Record of 15-3, 7 wins by knockout, 6 by submission. 155 even for the champ, Iron Michael Chandler. Mike, when you first won the title, this was the fight everybody was talking about. What if this ever happened? When he became a free agent, that's all anybody could talk about was Michael Chandler versus Benson Henderson. To add that name to your list of victories, what would that mean to you, man?
So excited, man. This is a fight that's been years in the making. I've been studying him for, almost a decade now. So we know where his holes are, we know where he can exploit him. I'm excited. I'm the best fighter that I have ever been. So I can't wait for tomorrow night. We're going to show for you guys.
Fight that has been years in the making, two of the best of all time. Benson Henderson, the challenger versus the champion, Iron Michael Chandler. Give him a hand.
Get that picture. And then he goes,
For me, fight day is about keeping things light, being surrounded by your team, getting your fuel back in you, getting a workout in, getting a sweat in. I always like to wake up early, get a nice big coffee, get a nice big stretch, just go about my day like usual, and get a nice morning workout in, get a big blow in. The day before, I had just packed on, 20 pounds or so of water and food, and made sure I carb up and proteined up and got my fuel back in me. So whenever you kind of shock the system like that, I like to get a nice little workout in, get a nice sweat in, stay sharp, and you're also feeling a ton better. The last 4 days I've been working out while cutting weight. You're lower on calories, you're wearing sweats, you're hot, you're a little bit irritable. So there's a second there where you can kind of second guess your abilities, second guess your cardio, second guess your speed, your power, because you haven't had a great workout. So waking up the morning of the workout, cracking pads, moving around with Marquez, feeling yourself, feeling how prepared you are, how trained you are, does great things for your body, your system, and your confidence. So that's what I like to do the morning of the fight. And then the rest of the day, just keep things light, be surrounded by the people that love me.
He's never looked this good. He's gotten so much technically better. When I think about him holding the title like a couple years ago, he's double the fighter he was. He's just so much more technical. He doesn't have to rely on all those athletic gifts that he has. He can think his way through stuff. He was dangerous back then. He was a champion back then. Now he's just on another level. And for me as a coach, it's great because I always kind of saw this coming, but you could always, you never know what direction things are gonna go in.
Lately, his skill set is so different. He's fighting at a completely different level. He's so well trained. He's got a toolbox just full of assets. And these last several fights, he gets in and he literally barely gets touched. And when he can go in there and do his work and do that damage, and he's in, he's out, boom, he knocks the guy out, and hands raised. I mean, it's thrilling. It's exhilarating to see, your boy go in there, do work, and come out and, hey, let's go celebrate.
In return, that creates a more dangerous Michael, in the sense that he's not going to go out there and just throw punches that are not necessary, or take shots that are not necessary. He's got a great game plan, great coach, and that's what I think his biggest maturity when it comes to fighting has been. But Mike has had the same goal since day one: to win, to put in the work, to be on the right diet, to make the weight cut. We got it down to a T.
Years ago, when Benson Henderson was the champion, I felt that Michael could have beat him back then, especially because Mike has always had that killer instinct and that desire to gut it out. And I thought Michael could beat him then. I never thought we'd actually be here and Benson be challenging us for our title. But now I get to see that fight happen, and I don't know, I'm sure Benson's gotten better in certain ways, but not like Michael has. I'm very confident in my fighter. He looks good, he's happy, he knows it. And when the fighter knows that he's ready and that he's good to go, it's like trying to fight a mountain.
When he's walking into the cage, I think that's when it hits. That's when I start getting the butterflies, start getting really nervous. Almost like you want to throw up nervous. And it doesn't end, you know, like Mike's, I'm sure, nervous when he's walking to the cage too, or got the butterflies, but when that bell rings, it goes away for him because he's in the fight. It doesn't ever go away from me.
It is, it's intense, and you know, you have random thoughts that go through your mind, especially during fight week, and you know, here it is, today's the day, it's fight day. And you know, my job really, as far as I'm concerned, is I just want to come here and serve him all week. I want to make sure that he has everything that he needs, that he's focused on the task at hand for him, and you know, whether it's just little items he needs all the way through from Wednesday till Sunday that I leave. I just want to make sure that he doesn't have to worry himself with those things. But what does worry me is, gosh, I mean, this is your best friend, and he's going in and doing something in a cage that is unthinkable, really, to most people. I mean, it's a sport. We understand that, and these are the highest level athletes on the planet, but you know, it's my friend. This is the guy that I talk to every day.
Yeah, I'm pacing. I don't like to sit down. Sometimes I'll have great seats on the floor right there next to the cage, and sometimes I'll just leave and go up to the upper levels just so I could, you know, pace around and watch them on TV and watch from afar, because I don't really like to sit there, and I can't sit there.
You know, one of the things that's so simple, but Neil always says it. You know, he always asks me, are you trained or are you untrained? You know, you can only be one of the two. Either you're trained or you're untrained. And I've been training at such a high level since I was 12 years old, whether it be high school wrestling, college wrestling, now mixed martial arts, and I've dedicated my life to this athletic prowess. I've dedicated my life to pushing myself to limits that not many men have experienced, not many athletes have experienced the depths of which I've gone to, you know, the pain at which I felt, the stuff that I've had to come back from, the struggles that I've had, and I've trained so hard for this fight. I've trained so hard since I started my mixed martial arts career, and when Neil asked me, are you trained or are you untrained? I'm absolutely trained.
He told me from day one he was going to be the best fighter in the world, and I believed it. And nothing's changed with him. He's loyal to his friends, he's loyal to his family, he's loyal to his wife, obviously, and his team. Nothing's changed, and that's the best thing about Mike.
There's just no give up in this guy. There's just no, he doesn't break. He just wants to continue to fight through whatever he has to.
I heard Michael Chandler recently give an interview saying that he wouldn't be where he is today if it wasn't for me, and that's just it's a real powerful thing to say, and we've been on a hell of a journey together, and to hear a fighter say that, it's a dream come true to know that I made a difference in someone's life that much. With Michael, he's the same as family to me, and I'm blessed to have him in my life.
I just see myself ending this fight like I do every single fight. I see myself as a dominant man, a dominant human being who is going to go in there, and because of the calling on my life, the dedication and the sacrifices that I've made, there's no man alive that can hang with me inside that cage. It doesn't matter if he's better than me, it doesn't matter if he's more skilled than me, it doesn't matter if he's tougher than me, it doesn't matter if he's better than me on paper and he's supposed to beat me. I have the confidence that I'm going to go in there and win. Benson Henderson is a great test for me. He's a great name for me to be able to go out there and finish, and we're only a couple hours away, and I can't wait to do it.
All right, Michael, we're ready for you.
leaving the building.